I think, did you watch the thing today that came out?
The featurette?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that made me probably the most excited than any of the other trailers.
So that are just so we're on the same page here. Were you talking about the one that talked about apprentices? Oh, there's a 7-minute one.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw a 3-minute one that was about Sabine like being the apprentice of Ahsoka, which is like a whole nother thing we can talk about. But
I hate that. If she's a Force user, I hate that.
Right. So wait, before we go down that rabbit hole, what's the 7-minute one? What was it about?
Well, we can watch some of it right now if you want. It's
Hell yeah.
Dave Filoni talking about it.
Let's watch it because I haven't seen this shit.
Always two there are. No more, no less. A master and an apprentice.
Okay, so this is like an extended version of what I saw because I
have these great master-apprentice relationships.
It's a lot of Dave. It's a lot of people talking about Star Wars and what it means to them. They go over like Qui-Gon and everything. And my thought about it was like essentially Dave is Qui-Gon and George is Yoda. Like, yeah, Qui-Gon's different than Yoda, but he's still at the end of the day Qui-Gon.
Yeah, no, I
remember a Jedi can feel the Force flowing through him.
You see that handing down of mastery, the teaching, the developing, the growing.
Do or do not. There is no try.
It's very much the idea of apprenticeship. The need for those two groups to come together in order to pass down the knowledge and to help save the world. In the case of Star Wars.
When I left you, I was but a learner. Now I am the master.
Only a master of evil, God.
Those life lessons are what make these characters.
It's like, what lessons, dude? She didn't learn any lessons. What are you talking about?
Who, Ray?
Some of the most iconic characters worldwide.
The war is just beginning, and I will not be the last Jedi.
All of that wisdom gets passed down, over those generations. We have Qui-Gon Jinn.
Carrie Beck? Like, what are her credentials?
Not really. I mean, I know she's been with the company for a long time. I think she was on the story group, maybe not. But I don't know much about her.
She did Rebels and Forces of Destiny. Lucasfilm's vice president of animation development and story group member. Oh.
Who's the master of Obi-Wan. Who's the master of Anakin Skywalker. And by being trained by Anakin, Ahsoka was part of that legacy as well.
Yeah.
Right, some new footage there.
Master and apprentice, a special look at Ahsoka.
Ahsoka is a character that Dave Filoni created and worked with George Lucas on in the Clone Wars.
Originally,
and I totally forgot Dave was producing this. John was executive producing this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We didn't really know, exactly what the Clone Wars was going to be, and we made up our own little band of characters. There was a character that was a Jedi, and there was a Padawan, and thought we'll put them on adventures. But George had other ideas. He says, well, in this character, and he points to the Padawan we had, and he says, let's give Anakin Skywalker a Padawan. And I was like, Anakin doesn't have Padawan. And he just looked at me and said, Anakin has a Padawan. And that was basically it. That's how Ahsoka came about.
We cast Ashley Eckstein to be the voice of the character.
That'd be so wild. George is just like, oh yeah, this character you're making, it's going to be the Padawan of like the Star Wars character, Anakin.
I know.
Like that had to be probably so crazy.
Yeah, it would have been stressful.
Would have been stressful, would have been exciting. It would have been cool, man,
It's just so weird that Dave and George disagreed on a lot.
Well, it's not so much that they disagreed. Even in this example, I don't think it's that they disagree. It's that George would like constantly throw him like curveballs. Because when it was George's idea to bring Darth Maul back, and Filoni was probably like, "How?" And George was like, "You'll figure it out." You know what I mean?
You do it.
Like, yeah,
what are you getting paid for?
Yeah, but that's the classic. Speaking of master and apprentice, like that's the classic shit, right? So that's like the whole like. They call it like coyote teaching. You let them go figure it out,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Let them fail.
Fantastic in the Clone Wars and Rebels.
Ahsoka is one of the most well-developed characters in Star Wars, period.
She's the apprentice of Anakin Skywalker. She is the only one that he is trained to be a Jedi.
This young teenage girl who was trained to be a keeper of the peace had to become a warrior worthy of standing next to the greatest Jedi of all time.
Yeah.
Ahsoka's story and her growth has mirrored my own. As you see my style of storytelling mature, the stories got more complex. So when season 2 came around, I was like, for my episode, I was like, well, I'm going to do Ahsoka. I'm like, I just need to try this. Let's do it.
Ahsoka Tano, Bo-Katan sent me.
I hope it's about him.
For
Man,
a
what a
character
good
that has such
episode.
depth.
Yeah, dude. Look at this. Pretty cool, eh?
Mm-hmm.
But like, why did Mando season 2 feel so expansive, and then Kenobi felt so freaking squished, claustrophobic? If they have this technology, it doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, Kenobi was just illy conceived. It was poorly produced, like top to bottom. It was a movie that then was going to be a show that then they reworked as a different kind of show and
trilogy.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it went through the corporate Hollywood, machine, and it got chewed up pretty good.
Complexity. To bring that character to live action made a tremendous amount of sense.
Tell me what I want to know. Where is your master?
George visited the set when we were filming the lightsaber fight in the Japanese garden, season 2. And I think it was really encouraging of Dave stepping up to this role. And so George would turn to Kathy and myself and be proud of Dave. He was Dave's teacher, and Dave was his apprentice.
It's very cool. Very feel good.
There are moments when I just stare.
What's that?
I said it's just very feel good, man. It just feels good,
Right? This one feels a bit different.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it actually, the thing that feels most awkward right now is talking with you, the posing and sort of the stances we were doing. That's not unusual, but speaking as Rosario while in Ahsoka is a little startling. I really love the transformation and really deep diving into who she is.
Rosario Dawson is just such an incredibly powerful actress, and she loves this character. I think I was
saying that in my stream earlier. That's Kathleen's favorite line, man. She says that about literally everybody. Remember, like on stage for Rise, she's like, with JJ, she was like, you guys don't understand how much JJ loves this story. You just don't understand. It's like, can you say that about everybody? Like, that doesn't mean anything anymore.
This is a hard thing. You're going to have to be painted orange every day. You're going to have to put a prosthetic on your head every day. You're going to be training like a Jedi to learn how to lightsaber fight almost every day.
I'm playing someone who is an absolute expert. And so I really wanted to be able to physicalize that as much as possible.
Yeah, Jedi's primary weapon is a lightsaber. There need to be a lot of lightsaber fights. And they have to be good because our fans know the difference.
So, like, right from that, I was just looking at how how good he is at defense. Like, that seems like a Obi-Wan Sarisu kind of thing. So I feel like this Balin guy is probably not to be effed with. Like, he is legit, not some run-of-the-mill dude that survived or whatever. Like, this guy.
Oh yeah, he was a powerful Jedi. I mean, he survived Order 66. I mean, that in and of itself is like.
Well, did you read what happened? Like how he did it?
Well, I haven't seen.
In Empire magazine, they wrote that he survived by escaping to the unknown regions.
Okay,
and now he's like super loyal to Thrawn.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So, hopefully they explore that a bit more. But yeah, it seems like he's gone through some serious trials and tribulations. Look, dude, I love the I mean, it kind of sucks because obviously Rey's not with us anymore. But it seems like a really good performance, and I love like how the new trailer opens up where he's like, everybody in the Order knew who Anakin Skywalker was, but few would see what he would become. And I had people in my chat being like, well, how does he know of Anakin? And I'm like, well, if he's working for Thrawn, then that's probably how he knows, because Thrawn knows, and Thrawn was like one of the first ever to figure it out, outside of the people that just knew, like Tarkin and the Emperor. So yeah, it seems like a really cool character, but you're right. This is a powerful Jedi, dude.
That I started to really feel like I was sinking into who Ahsoka was, because her physicality is such a huge part of who she is. No matter how tired I was like, sign me up for some more. Sign me up for some more.
She is great, man. I am glad that she is Ahsoka. She's a great ambassador.
When you step into Star Wars.
What do you think if Ashley Eckstein was cast?
Ashley can't do it, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, the ironic thing is, like, maybe Ashley could, like, maybe there'd be some scenario in which Ashley could have done it. But the biggest factor that sort of holds Ashley back is that it doesn't excite anybody within the Hollywood world. Yeah. Like, it was probably hard enough for them to get some of these people to come in. Like, Katie Sackhoff is kind of a unique kind of person. Same thing with Lars, like kind of unique in the sense that he has a actual experience acting outside of voice acting. I don't believe Ashley does. But I could not see Ashley as Ahsoka in any way, shape, or form. I don't think she has the physicality for it.
I mean, she did a lot of Disney shows and stuff. Like she did That So Raven.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah. She was the lead bully.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it's just
I feel
my
like she
personal
would-
opinion that like,
I think she would have done a really good like younger Ahsoka.
yeah.
An older Ahsoka. I don't know. I wonder if there was any test footage done. That would have been cool to see.
You step into Star Wars and work with George. You are part of a legacy. You're part of a history, and we had to uphold that history and yet do this completely new and different thing. From the beginning of this series, Ahsoka is out there on the fringe of the galaxy. When she hears whispers of this warlord's return, she decides to enlist her friends' help.
This is about preventing another war.
You know who could help?
Sabine Wren.
I'm not sure she'll want to help.
I'm telling the story about this mentor-student relationship that passes from Anakin to Ahsoka to Sabine.
There is nothing easy about being a Jedi.
It's quite extraordinary. Bring this to
Hold on, was that Balin's lightsaber? What the hell? Yeah, how come she got Balin's lightsaber unless they got the same hilt?
I don't think it is. Yeah, I think it's a similar hilt. Yeah.
Okay.
It's quite extraordinary. Bring this to life.
Balin is much
And the
bigger.
Bigger?
Yeah, Balin's is much. It's like a claymore. It's like heavy, huge. Hers are more like rapiers.
Are this high?
Gosh, that was your favorite character, man, the Inquisitor.
Oh, I can't wait for that guy.
We have to do what's right.
Yeah, I mean, it looks awesome, man. And I think, I mean, the vibe is right, and he's right about so much that he said in there, man. It's like a legacy, and you know, you can just feel that it's coming from a place of love. And Rosario looks like she put a lot into it as well. So it'll be like a labor of love for them, and I'm excited, man. Next week, let's go.
I think Rosario is a great choice for mature Ahsoka.